Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Rivero. Thank you for joining me in my home studio. The Trump administration has abruptly pulled funding for U.S. research into bats and coronaviruses. The nonprofit Eco Health Alliance worked in China to trap bats and collect bodily fluid samples. The aim was to try and identify new coronaviruses.
What?
Their funding was yanked over the group's ties to the Wuhan Institute of. Hello,
Hey
everyone. I'm
everybody,
Tanya
this is Trey
Rivero.
for Life
Thank you for
Reactions,
joining me in my home
and I'm the new
studio.
character.
The Trump
I'm filling in for
administration
Trey,
has abruptly
and we're
pulled
gonna react
funding for
to
U.S. research into
Trump
bats and
Trump
coronaviruses.
administration's
The
terminating bat research
nonprofit Eco
refunding
Health
or
Alliance
funding.
worked in China to
Sorry.
trap bats and collect bodily fluid samples. The aim was to try and identify new coronaviruses. Their
Ain't no
funding
one
was
bat
yanked
cause all
over the
those
group's
bats to
ties to
be
the Wuhan
infected. It's
Institute
kind of
of Virology.
strange.
President Trump has claimed the coronavirus leaked from a lab at the Wuhan Institute. China has denied these allegations, and U.S. authorities have found no evidence this is the case.
You gotta deny that evidence.
For more on this, Professor Robert Gary is a microbiologist at Tulane University, and he joins me via Skype from New Orleans. Welcome, Professor Gary. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, you work on COVID-19 research. How important was this research to understanding the current pandemic?
Well, this is very important work for the long term. I mean, not so much for this pandemic. I mean, this virus, which was wholly or mostly from a bat, coronavirus, is spreading in your neighborhood, and it's spreading in my neighborhood too.
Exactly.
Neighborhoods all over the planet.
No one bat.
And as I'm sure you're aware, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Sunday there is, quote, enormous evidence that the coronavirus escaped from a lab in Wuhan. What do you say to that?
Always blaming China. I don't get it.
Well, my teammates and I looked at the genetics of SARS-CoV-2 and determined that it is definitely not a manufactured bioweapon.
Wow.
I mean, there is a strong consensus about that
so they say,
in the U.S. government.
Not manufactured.
WHO just got around to releasing a statement that said that SARS-CoV-2 was not purposely assembled. We also looked at the possibility that SARS-CoV-2 escaped from a lab. And it's impossible to eliminate that as a possibility. I mean, scientists do trap bats and other animals. However, in the grand scheme of things, scientists represent really a minuscule number of, human bat exposures. And it's much more likely that a person trapping bats for food or traditional medicine somewhere, simply being in the same environment as a bat, was infected with some progenitor of SARS-CoV-2. So bottom line is extremely unlikely, bordering on impossible, that SARS-CoV-2 was in a laboratory anywhere, including in Wuhan, and accidentally escaped.
Accidentally escaped.
So right now it seems that the scientific consensus, or at least within the scientific community, is that this virus went from a bat either straight to a human or through another animal host. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. That's
so does this lack of funding... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. I mean, we don't know how long it was in, the bats or some other animal before it jumped into a person. Could have been, years. Could have been even longer. We don't really know, how long this process of evolving took place.
So let's go back then to this, current lack of funding now. Does this mean that we could potentially miss something important in the future related to new outbreaks? I mean, it seems that with the U.S. government accusing this Wuhan lab of, either faulty safety practices or whatnot, that there's a great risk that the international scientific community could become segregated and not share information with each other. And does that then put global health at an even greater risk?
Absolutely. We know from the work that was just terminated and other work around the world
Secretary of State blames Wuhan, the Chinese
coronaviruses in bats and other animals. Now we've only
they need to
sampled
start
a small part
blaming
of that diversity.
different
Maybe
countries
these bat and other
for this
animal
thing.
Coronaviruses can potentially
Start pointing
spread
fingers,
to humans,
band together,
and with some
and kill this
probably minor
virus.
adaptations, these viruses would pose a threat to start another pandemic. There was a SARS-1.
Yes, he was there from a long time before 2020.
There's now a SARS-2. I can predict, with some
It just
confidence
got
that there
stronger
will be
this
a
year.
SARS-3 and a SARS-4. We need to do more research on that and other animal coronaviruses, not less.
And does it appear this is where the greatest danger lies? I mean, the EcoHealth Alliance said that since 2015, they've identified more than 400 new coronaviruses in bats in China alone. That's not even the research being done in other parts of the world. So what does that fact tell us?
It tells us that there's a great number of these coronaviruses out there. Each one of them, or at least many of them, have the potential to make a small change, a small adaptation that would allow that virus to spread in people. And, we can see the consequences of that now with this, really massive pandemic that we're having now.
Oh, but one bat, though. Come on, bro.
And so, Professor Gary, is it unusual for this kind of funding to be suddenly pulled after it was renewed only last year?
Yes, unfortunately, that's highly unusual. Usually only happens, if there's some, flaw in the research or they suspect some misconduct. And, I've never really heard it done before.
All right. Well, Professor Robert Gary of Tulane University, we really appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, so what's up, guys? It's Trey for Life Reaction here. Yeah, I had my buddy earlier that was controversial. Craig, new character, was good, my boy. But yeah. So based off this video that you and controversial Craig was watching is about COVID-19 and stuff, they're pulling back researches from China, the government of U.S. pulling back research of China, and like, to my understanding, that's kind of fishy and it's kind of weird because and you always I just don't get it. Like, why y'all pointing? Why the globe pointing their fingers at China? Like, this thing been on several years, like back in 2015, whatever the case may be. It's probably a stronger strand today than back then. And my thing is stop pointing fingers of who's to blame for this thing. And also too, it don't make no sense to blame on one bat. It doesn't make sense. One bat caused all this information, all this chaos and tragedy. No, I don't think so. It's something was in the lab and something that cooked up in the lab and somebody got their hands on it and misplaced it and caused the spread of it. To my understanding, I may be wrong. That's my ideas. That's my opinion. You may have a different opinion than mine. I get it. I completely, everybody respect around here. I don't want to cause no controversy on this channel. But, I mean, hey, I might lose some subscribers. It don't matter. But the fact is that I'm respecting everybody's opinion. I'm respecting everybody's thoughts, everybody's beliefs. I come together and react to life. Life, period. But, yeah, man, it don't add up to me. It really don't add up. It really doesn't. And it's just saying stop pointing fingers to one country and then we all come together as global unity and destroy this thing. Real talk. All joke aside. Serious thing. It's a real serious thing, Life's strange, Life's strange. But yeah, so that's my take on that. Y'all have a beautiful day. This is Real Matters Monday. And I just introduced you to a new character, controversial Craig. But yeah, so y'all have a good one. Have a beautiful day. Bless up. Live fam. Peace.